Now, from your local election headquarters, the only locally produced political talk show discussing the issues that matter to you. This is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Thanks for being here for this week's edition of Big Country Politics. I'm Victor Sotelo. Let's get started right here in Abilene. A march at Abilene City Hall Thursday night highlighted the debate over abortion. The crowd marched all the way into Abilene City Council chambers to discuss the idea of Abilene becoming a sanctuary city for the unborn. KTAB's Nathan Grieve was at that meeting and has more.
It's not common to hear so much discussion about an item the City Council won't be voting on, but this council meeting was the exception to the rule as dozens of people spoke about making Abilene a sanctuary city for the unborn.
Babies have rights. And they have been ignored. That baby inside that womb has every right to live. Aren't you glad that your parents decided for you to live?
These people are too concerned with strangers' embryos and their undying need for control. I ask, how many children do these individuals plan to adopt from women who are forced into unwanted pregnancies? Are they going to be the financial support when she can't afford to feed that child or clothe that child?
Rewinding a bit, City Manager Robert Hanna spoke up about why he thinks the city should steer clear of the ordinance.
Enforcement of the ordinance would, in my opinion, be a violation of my oath of office, wherein I swore that I would, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help me God.
City Attorney Stanley Smith was in agreement.
Based upon the language of the model ordinance that I've seen, I think there's a strong likelihood if it was challenged in court, it's going to be held unconstitutional, and I think a lot of the provisions that are going to also be preempted by state law.
On the whole, the audience was remarkably in order, given how divisive the topic of abortion can be. Even so, no decision of any kind was made at City Hall. In Abilene, with coverage you can count on, Nathan Grieve, KTAB News.
And the council does have the option to consider the idea later on based on the testimony they heard. No decisions have been made yet. Now to our eye on education. Negotiations are now underway between Abilene school leaders and contractors following construction bids where they're just a little over budget. KTAB's Mercedes Hernandez was at that meeting and has more.
The item at the top of the agenda for the Abilene ISD School Board was a several $million discussion.
When in fact, I should have been telling people we're looking at a $42 million project.
The board unanimously accepted the rankings of 3 companies that offered to build the Career and Technical Education Center named The Lift. The bids ranged from $43 million to almost $45 million, with the top-ranked offer coming from Imperial Construction out of Fort Worth. The only problem, the least expensive proposal is roughly $7 million more than the $30 million set aside from the 2018 bond election and the additional $5 million coming from a fund balance.
There are a lot of great things happening in Abilene and across the state that are driving the construction market to higher costs.
AISD Superintendent Dr. David Young says outside factors like labor shortages are partly to blame for these inflated bids. However, in order to get to negotiate those prices down with contractors, the board first had to accept the rankings.
Disappointed, maybe, but not undeterred.
Scott McLean is the Associate Superintendent of Operations at AISD, and now that the board has accepted the bid rankings, he and other leaders can now get to the particulars with builders of how to get their prices within budget, wasting no time at all now that the ayes have had it.
Actually, they're calling tonight.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're calling on their way home.
And if a decent price can't be reached with any of the 3 companies, it could be back to the drawing board for the Lift Center, pushing back its expected completion by the 2021 school year. However, Superintendent Dr. Young is skeptical matters will come to that.
I don't think we're going to end up in that scenario. I just want to be very clear about that. I believe we'll be able to get where we need to get.
In Abilene, with coverage you can count on, Mercedes Hernandez, KTAB News.
And no bids were accepted in the meeting. That decision will be made next month. And in about a month and a half, voters in Taylor County will have a chance to decide on who they want for Taylor County Commissioner Precinct 3. Our Catherine Garcia spoke with both candidates who tell us their goals for the county.
Another matchup for the Commissioner's Court of incumbent versus newcomer, as Commissioner Brad Burcham runs for his 2nd term against businessman Jeff Dressen.
The difference is just the on-the-job experience. My experience in Taylor County for nearly 35 years, and the 3 years experience on this job, the relationships that I have.
I deal with budgets all the time, and going through them and understanding them and being able to present them to people to be responsible for that budget. So it's not a fresh set of eyes looking at it.
A chronic issue within the county, the future of the Law Enforcement Center. Dressen and Burcham commenting on the recent analysis presented by an engineering firm that claims the LEC is in good standing.
Spoke with Sheriff Bishop about his remaining in the Law Enforcement Center for a period of time, but there will be some expansion, I believe, in the Sheriff's office to grow his office as he needs for personnel.
Yes, it can be fixed, but let's see, what's the life of that building? Past just fixing it, is that life continuously for a very long ways? Well, then absolutely, but it may be in the future to where we do need an enforcement center.
An issue more prevalent to their jurisdiction, population growth outside city limits.
Wiley and Jimnet are the fastest growing districts. Wiley at #1, Jimnet at #2 within several counties. So the growth out there is what really needs to be taken care of and make sure that everything is done correctly.
Between Precinct 3 and Precinct 4, we have hundreds of new homes. That's going to require more law enforcement. That's a priority of mine is law enforcement, fire protection, and ambulance service.
All right, and remember, you have until February 3rd to register to vote. Election Day is March 3rd. Still to come here on Big Country Politics, we're talking to AISD Superintendent about recent incidents at our schools. We're back in 2 minutes.